I got here just in time as we are jumping into the ace match apparently. Okay. Esther Kevin. As spawning in the right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming being forced into the ace match apparently. Let's go. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can fight back. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player from land of the Netherlands representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck, as basically this is a prediction for this one game. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see what happened in Game 1 and Game 2. If you're out there, if you were maybe watching Harstem's POV, because I believe he is streaming his POV, then maybe you can let us know what happened. But yeah, crazy, we found ourselves in the ace match, and this could go either way. Of course, we favor MaxPax in this series, but Harstem, we'll see if he can pop off. We'll see if he can catch MaxPax with his pants down. Let's go. Este Harstem. For now, 2-gate. 2-gate openers all around. So far, so good. Players are opening up. Ooh, Harstem does hide a pylon here towards the south side in the bottom center of the map, and looks like it's going to be a fake proxy pylon location. Not going to commit, hoping for an overreaction. Again, that is the hope. Checking MaxPax's vision, he's scouting. He's scouting the main base. He's searching for the pylon. I'm assuming that Harstem did commit to a proxy previously in this series, and he's hoping that he can get into the head of MaxPax. We'll see if he does. I see in chat, Harstem proxy roboed 2 games. First game he won where MaxPax expanded. Second game, Max won base all in and won. Okay, there you go. 3 games in a row, I guess. 2 games in a row, question mark. But yeah, so far, so we do have a fake out here from Harstem. So based on what you're letting us know in the chat, it does make sense that because Harstem proxied previously, he's hoping to force a reaction out of MaxPax, and so far he does. Stargate before expansion, and we have a pylon for MaxPax as well. Okay. I believe that is his 3rd pylon. With this pylon, he can reinforce. He can reinforce across map to harass with adepts. Speaking of adepts being active, with his Stargate, he can open up with the Oracle. And Harstem will be expanding. There it is. There's the Nexus. Now, coming into the early game here, the big thing for Harstem is he has to confirm what's going on. He has to figure out the timing of the tech, the timing of the base. Nice catch here. Ooh, as the adept does barely get away. Does barely shade away. Harstem's going to poke in. Poking into the natural, seeing that there's no Nexus here is a sign that it was tech first. Whether it's a Robo, Stargate, or Twilight Council, it's on Harstem to determine.
Your probes are under attack.
Ooh, as we do cancel, yeah, again, MaxPax, he just scouted the natural. He thought it was an all-in. And now he goes for a very late expansion. This was not the initial plan for MaxPax. That's why he canceled the gateway. Does get one of the stalkers. So a shaky opener here for MaxPax, but now he can move out. He's gained map control. Harstem, thankfully, he just scouted the Oracle, so back at home he's getting ready. We have 3 stalkers in the main. He's setting up in the natural. He's setting up. Harstem somewhat in position. Hopefully he can react in time. Oh. Oracle dips in. Harstem does react. He turns away. Main army towards the natural, and Harstem, he does not wall off in time. He doesn't wall. The dip shades in. No shield battery here for Harstem, but he will hold on to the natural. Nice pickup, very nice. Oh, but he's losing workers. Yeah, he's losing probes. That's 3 probes going down, losing up to 4. 4 probe kills. So, on the one hand, yes, Harstem, he did initially have the economic lead, but now he loses 7 workers, and MaxPax is catching up. Harstem was ahead, not anymore. I say that Harstem does have one big power spike, that is Blink, right? Blink is over halfway done, so once Blink kicks in, Harstem, he can gain map control, he can move out, and potentially find some damage. So this is Harstem's big timing that is coming up. MaxPax back at home, he's getting ready defensively. Shield batteries are on the way. Stasis traps as well. Again, MaxPax, he knows that he has lost map control, so he's just setting up as hard as he can. If Harstem gains high ground advantage, he can just bypass natural, just go straight to the main. Harstem has potential. As he's setting up the proxy pylon. He's got 2 gates back at home. Does he proxy gateways? If he does, he can turn this into a 2-base all-in. As Harstem does catch the Oracle. Nicely done. Robo's on the way. Harstem, does he proxy or does he expand? Ooh, we have the answer from MaxPax at least. It's going to be Robo into Glaive Adepts, so Immortal production. Going into Immortal Glaives. This basically tells us that MaxPax is going to be stuck at home for the near future. He's going to be stuck at home, then when the upgrades kick in, he's going to move out with, say, like 4 to 5 Immortals. It's actually very similar to what we saw from Classic in the previous series. I say similar, it's the same build. Kind of. When Classic did it, he did open Robo, so Classic had faster Immortal production. Does Harstem notice? He does. Oh, he does notice, but alas, he does still get caught out. And again, with additional Immortals, he cannot break the natural, but he can try to head into the main. At the same time, Adepts, they get in. Oof, that should not have happened. Adepts, they get into the main base. Probes are going down, getting up to 4, getting up to 5 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Now, Harstem is containing Harstem. He is expanding, getting a faster third. But remember, this is a 2-base all-in. Like MaxPax, he doesn't care about the 3rd base. Moving out with another Oracle. Adept Shades in as well. Harstem does clean up. Again, it's on Harstem to I catch a Stalker? Okay. It did cost him 3 shield batteries. Well, sorry, 3 force fields, but nice pickup nonetheless. Whatever you can get. Nice hold damage on the Adepts. Here comes the all-in. How many Immortals? 3. 3 Immortals. I mean, Harstem doesn't have Glade, so he doesn't have Charge. Without Charge, it's going to be a tough hold here for Harstem. He's reliant on purely Blink Stalker and Sentries. Speaking of, does snipe 1. Snipes a Sentry, pulls back. Force Fields are going to be key here. Remember, MaxPax does not have Blink. They can Shade. Can try to shade past. Things on cooldown. Harstem, he's setting up his wall of shield batteries. And here comes the main army. Nice force fields, only way the Immortals. MaxPax, he does head over. He's going for it. Ooh, Prism goes down. Yeah, Prism goes down. One Immortal stuck behind. And Harstem, not a bad start to the fight. Oh, does overextend for a moment. Picking up the Adepts, the Immortals are exposed, and soon he can go for the dive. Speaking of, he does. He does go for the dive. He gets 1, he gets 2. Gets 2 Immortals, and with that, Harstem, he's holding. He's holding on this 1 Immortal left. Shield batteries are running out of energy. But the Immortal does head into the mineral line, which means MaxPax, he'll lose the main army. There's the recall, saves 1 Immortal, but Harstem, he's holding, and he can counterattack. Adepts, they will buy some time. Here we go, Adepts into the 3rd base as well. Harstem is ahead, but he has to deal with this. To deal with this, and so far he's somewhat keeping up. That's still 11 probes going down. Nice catch on the shade, and MaxPax, he's falling further. I mean, MaxPax, there's nothing here. There's nothing. There's no 3rd base. There's no expansion. There's no tech. There's nothing. No charge. No blink. It was all or nothing for MaxPax, and Harstem, he's running away with this. Now, there are a couple of ways here for MaxPax to actually pull this back. The one way is with Adepts again. As we just saw, if he can get into the mineral lines, if Harstem is out of position, then maybe he can deal critical economic damage and find some room to expand. But for the most part, MaxPax, he's hoping that Harstem makes mistakes. That's all there is here. Just hoping that Harstem makes mistakes. The big thing here is that charge is late for Harstem. That's my big criticism, is it's going to be later charge, so he's stuck with a heavy Stalker army. It should still be okay, though, because he, for the most part, reset the Immortal count, so it's okay. If the Immortal count was higher, I'd be more concerned for Harstem, but it's still quite low. It's only 3 Immortals, so it's manageable here for Harstem. MaxPax, he expands, is a good sign for Harstem. MaxPax, he recognizes that he cannot end the game here, he cannot all in. I mean, even though he has to, like, he just doesn't have enough. Let's go, Harstem. We just gotta calm down. Take a breath, Pappy. Take a breath. Harstem just gonna calm down, poke in, get the sentry, back off. Takes off an adept, whatever he can. Ideally wants to trigger the shields on the Immortals. Picks up a couple of Zealots. Now Harstem, he doesn't want to commit to a fight, especially not against Mass Charge Lot with Immortals. So Harstem, he has to be careful. He needs his own Zealots. So pulls away. Harstem bleeds out a Stalker. And Harstem, did he get his own Templar Archives? He did, but where are the Archons? Where are the Zealots? Again, Mass Stalker is not the answer here. Here they come. Here they come. Zealots and Archons are on the way. I would say this is a little bit late for Harstem, but he's getting there. He's almost there. As Harstem, he gives MaxPax a lot of room. Trying to come in for a different angle. Harstem looks like he's second guessing himself a little bit, but Bobby, you can do this. It's okay. Oh, does move command in, going for the Prism. Prism goes down, but he will lose a lot of Stalkers in the process. That's a lot of Stalkers falling. Getting pads back to the shield batteries. Playing it slow. He needs more Zealots. Zealots are trying to tank. There we go. More charge also on the way. Goes to the Archons. He gets 1. He's going to get 2. Yeah, takes out all 3 Archons, and now he can finally get on top of the Immortals. And Harstem, he has done it. He takes down the final army here of MaxPax. Takes down all the Immortals. All the Adepts, there's nothing left. Again, a bit of a messy fight from Harstem, and it was closer than it otherwise needed to be, but GG gets called. He shuts him down, and Harstem, he will take the series 2-1, knocking MaxPax out of the tournament. GG. GG, well played. Harstem, it looked like he was getting a little bit nervous towards the end, a little bit, but regardless, Harstem, he was able to shut MaxPax down, and with that, Harstem does make it through. Harstem, Kevin, papi, ay. Does make it through, and congratulations to Harstem. MaxPax is out, and the PvPs do continue. He can take a moment here to celebrate, but alas, the opponents, they get harder and harder moving forward. I mean, I say that MaxPax is the #1 Protoss in Europe, but hey, who's number 2? He's up next.